to another edition of This and That. There are probably very few people who smell bacon or onions cooking who do not find the aromas tantalizing. The smell of hot, fresh bread is another one which can get the juices flowing. Many grocery stores have a bakery just for that reason. I think that a lot of us have strong feelings about food, and it is the foods from our childhood that usually provoke the strongest likes and dislikes. It's a good thing that I like chicken because we had a lot more of that when I was growing up than anything else. I really liked fried chicken. It's crunchy and tasty because of the fat. But my favorite dinner was roast chicken with dressing, English peas, and rice with gravy. The only steak we had was country fried with gravy. I grew up in the South, and vegetables were usually farm-grown locally. Yellow squash, Crowder peas, black-eyed beans, green beans, and butter beans. It was years before the availability of frozen vegetables in the grocery store. After Mother got her first freezer, she would buy a bushel basket of beans. We would sit on the front porch to shell them. It was only when I lived in the North that I began to eat broccoli, asparagus, acorn squash, cauliflower, mushrooms, and a steak served medium rare. A family favorite was chicken and dumplings. The dumplings were dough which were rolled out and cut into strips before dropping them into the boiling broth. This kind of dumpling is like an extra large and thick noodle. An unusual dish that Mother made was her chicken pie. It was a layer of pie crust, chunks of chopped cooked chicken, sliced hard-boiled eggs, another layer of pie crust, and a repeat of these layers, which was topped with her flaky pie crust. She poured a little hot milk in the corners of the pan and baked it in a hot oven for 45 minutes. Yum, yum. Her pie crust was always light and flaky, and she made similar fruit pies, which we called cobblers, layers of crust and fruit which were repeated. My favorites were blackberry or peach served with warm vanilla ice cream. For some reason, there are only 2 dishes of hers which I recreate. One is Southern cornbread dressing. This is baked in a dish and served with turkey or chicken and is not to be confused with stuffing, which is made with white bread and poultry seasoning. The other recipe that I use a lot is the one for New Orleans seafood gumbo. This one came into my family from my brother who went to school at Tulane in New Orleans. It was his wife who gave me her secret for the best biscuits. Before baking, put them in melted butter and then flip them so that both sides are covered with melted butter. Very tasty. Bon appetit. I have come from the tall mountains where the place called morning lies. I have seen the glow of sunshine steal across the quiet skies. We have doubts about the morning when our hearts are black with sin. It's hard to see the break of day when we have no love within. There can really be a morning. It is born within the soul, and it will come to each of us when loving is our goal. Thank you for joining us.